Happy Friday, Hoops fans. Welcome into our CA Hoops weekly season preview presented by Under Armour. Today we take a look at the College of Charleston and Rob, two new faces at the helm for both the men's and women's programs. Let's begin on the men's side as Earl Grant comes over as an assistant at Clemson to take the reins for the Cougars.
Yeah, Earl Grant seems to be a great fit for the College of Charleston program. He grew up in the Charleston area. His wife is a College of Charleston grad. Now, the two coaches he most recently worked for were Greg Marshall, who's turned Wichita State into a national power, and Brad Brownell, who was a former CA Coach of the Year at UNCW and has gone on to do really well at Clemson. Now, having worked for those two guys, it's no surprise that he plans to stress defense and rebounding first, and then allow his players to push the ball offensively. He brings a lot of energy, and I think his players will really feed off that enthusiasm.
The Cougars were picked 6th in the preseason poll, and Coach Grant will have the luxury to begin his first year at CFC with two returning seniors who have played a lot of basketball for this team in Ajayi Peru and Anthony Stitt.
Yeah, as a new coach taking over a program, having a veteran point guard and a quality big man is a pretty good way to start. Now, Anthony Stitt has started all 66 games for the Cougars over the past 2 years. He averaged 10 points per game last season, made 55 threes, and was among the top 10 in the league in assists and steals. Ajayi Peru was a member of the CA All-Defensive Team last season and was among league leaders in rebounding and blocked shots. He also contributed 9 points per game, and if he can increase those numbers offensively, he'll be a lock for the All-Conference team. The Cougars also return a pair of talented sophomore guards with Kenyon Berry and Joe Cheeley, and a potential difference maker inside with 7'2" David Wishon. The potential is there for the Cougars to exceed their predicted 6th-place finish in the conference.
Well, we got to sit down with Coach Grant at CA Basketball Media Day, and this is what he had to say about his returning seniors.
Well, obviously, anytime you inherit two seniors, guys that have been through the conference at least for 1 year, but been through college basketball for 3 years, is a luxury to have experience and for them to be good players. And so I just expect them guys to lead by example and just work hard and give me their best effort every day, and really don't have any great expectations for them except just having a good attitude, great work ethic, and lead by example and just give their best. And that's all I can ask of them.
Now, as we take a look at the women's team, like we mentioned earlier, they have a new coach as well in Candace Jackson.
Yeah, Candace Jackson is in her first season as a head coach, but everything in her background tells you she's a winner. She played and coached at Michigan State, where they went to the national championship game in 2005, and she spent the past 3 years at Duke, and they went to the Elite Eight twice. She's extremely personable and has a reputation as an outstanding recruiter. Now, on the floor, she wants the Cougars to be a team that put a lot of pressure on opponents defensively, play fast, and hopefully get a lot of easy baskets in transition.
The Cougars were selected 9th in the preseason poll, but Coach Jackson will have a couple pieces that were impact players in 2013 returning, in particular senior post player Michaela Hopkins.
Yeah, Michaela Hopkins provides an imposing presence in the post at 6'5", which causes problems for most opponents. She made the CA All-Defensive Team after leading the leg and block shots last year and averaged better than 11 points per game offensively during conference play. Now, she was named to the preseason All-CA second team. Brianna Bolden made 25 starts as a freshman and was selected to the All-Rookie team. She contributed over 8 points and 5 rebounds a game, was also 6th in the conference with 57 steals. Now, those skills should fit well with Coach Jackson's plan to pressure the ball defensively. Also back for CFC are seniors Aaron Hall, Jazz Green, and Christy Hewitt, who came off the bench last season but have the experience to step into starting roles. Now, remember that the Cougars finished 3rd in the CA last season, reached the semifinals of the CA tournament, and they were the only conference team to knock off JMU, so they're used to having some success.
Absolutely. Here is what Coach Jackson had to say about Michaela Hopkins' role this year for the Cougars.
Michaela has done an excellent job this preseason just on her conditioning, being a leader. She's kind of the team mother and much more of a nurturing personality in that sense. I think that she's really stepped up. She's really become a student of the game. She has really given us a lot more of herself than she has in the past, coming from her teammates. She is one of those players where we just kind of will gravitate to, but I think it'll be more with everybody else taking care of their responsibility on the court is going to kind of help lighten her load and let her play a little bit more free. She gives a great defensive presence, especially in the paint, and we're kind of looking for the same thing this year from her.
Coach Jackson's squad opens up their season Friday night, November the 14th on the road at Kennesaw State, while the men's team will also be on the road the same night at Furman, both 7 o'clock tip times. We are just getting started in our CA Hoops weekly preview, but unfortunately, fans, we will have to wait until Monday for our next episode as we take a look at the Delaware Blue Hens as Monte Ross's team looks to defend their conference title and Tina Martin's program looks to return to the CA championship for the 5th straight year. For Rob Washburn, I'm Bobby Broyles. Have a great weekend.